Yo, good morning, everybody. It is NFL Week 2, and we are in effect this Sunday. As always, I'm your boy Prime, and I got my guy Jawan with me. What's good, brother?
What's going on?
Week 2, baby. Week 2. We made it to Week 2 after in my opinion, the way was a very entertaining Week 1 NFL season. So I can't wait to see what comes up today, man. I am very, very excited, man. Did you enjoy your Week 1?
Oh, so much. So much. Oh, man. Oh, I was itching to get to this Sunday.
Yeah, I know that's right. And I know it's some things that you're gonna definitely want to discuss when the homie Source joins us here.
Yeah, just pick his brain a little bit. Yeah.
Sometime in the next few minutes. He's taking care of some business right there, but he will be on be on shortly, man. But it was great, man. It was great. And I'm looking out the window now, Juwan, and I'm like, man, I don't know if you remember me telling Source and I talking about a couple of the spots that are here in VA that are no longer open.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a beautiful day out here in VA, at least in the 804 area, man. And even more than last week. A couple of my favorite spots that have closed used to have like the greatest patio areas, bro. Like the greatest patio areas where you can still see all the televisions. And they had like tons of TVs outside or like the outside bar part. Man, I'm like looking out the window now. I'm like, wish I could get to one of those today, man. But both of my favorite spots with the best setups are no longer open here in VA. So, man.
Yeah,
like
man, I miss
night breeze,
Hey, I'm with you there, man. I never actually tried that. That might actually be fun. I gotta look into that now. Trying it outside.
Yeah,
with some nice setups.
It's nice, man. If if a guy like me who is really into like just settings and calmness and the ambiance and all that, it's pretty cool when it's a beautiful day outside. Not too hot, nice little crisp breeze, brother.
Right.
Like I say, the one spot that we used to go to, like I said, they had a bar, and it's when they would have like a little roll up door. So part of the bar was on the outside looking in, the other side was on the inside looking out. But the way, even if you were sitting outside, man, you can see easy like 5 or 6 televisions. So like 5 or 6 different games at one time,
Right.
But it is what it is. I'm going to enjoy this today. I'm just going to have to put the windows up and let some of this breeze come through, and get the extra tablets up and running, and the red zone and all that good stuff, man, and get into it, man. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely do. I got my tablet actually right next to me. Got my phone next to me. I feel like Adam Schefter right
now. Hey, nothing wrong with feeling like Shefty, man. Getting it in, and getting it on. Hey, how'd you do in our fantasy league last week?
I won. Look, I don't want to make light of the situation, but I want to shout out the Miami Police Department for motivating Tyreek Hill for getting me 32 points alone. Yeah, man, I had big game from Tyreek Hill and Ramondre Stevenson. Very disappointing week for me with Marvin Harrison Jr. Looks like it'll continue to be that way, the way his quarterback was talking. And I think I started the Falcons defense instead of New England. So that was my fault there. But as much as I thought, my defense could do good, I didn't think it would do that good against the Bengals. So I dropped the ball there just a little bit, but who expected the Falcons to be? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, man. I didn't expect that performance from Atlanta that we got last week, man. I really have high hopes for this Atlanta franchise, Kirk Cousins, what he's going to be able to do with that offense, Raheem Morris. And for them to lay the dud that they laid last week, really none of the performance that I thought would get busy did anything. Kirk didn't look good. I'm not sure if he's still trusting that Achilles, but the offensive line didn't look all that good in pass protection either.
Every time I looked, they did not look good at all.
Kirk's face, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just crazy. That's crazy. I won over in our league too. Got some pretty big performances. I like my lineup of the guys that I have anyway, and my lineup just got strengthened even more because I had Mason from 49ers sitting on my bench. I didn't need him, But now, we get the news that Christian McCaffrey
He's out for a
is
while.
now
Yep.
going to be gone. They're going to put him on IR, and they said this morning that he could be gone up to 6 weeks.
Damn.
So,
Good
I
thing
think
they
I
got
already
a
had
running back in the pocket.
Yeah, that's true. But even like I said in our league, I already had 2 pretty decent running backs, but I'll take this one too. I'll ride him out, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Is our league the only league that you're playing in?
Yeah, that's the only one I'm in. That's the only one I could do. So that's all I could do. This is stressing me enough, man. Tyreek Hill gave me nothing from Thursday.
Not a thing.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm starting to realize I'm just not good at this whole fantasy thing. So one league is enough.
So that's it. Yeah, every year when I say that I'm that I'm only going to do this amount of leagues, people just keep pulling. Please, man, I need one more person to fill it. Please, I need this. Prime, I need this, and next thing I know, I end up in a couple of more leagues, and I intend to be in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do ours again. I was gonna sit out another year. But Joel was like, come on, just do it. And I'm like, all right, man. All right. So I felt good last week after the win, but the start of this week, don't feel too good. Don't feel too good.
I feel you, man. I feel you. But I will say in over here in the SBP, man, in our leagues, in the 2 money leagues, I wouldn't want to know. I won in both leagues. So you folks in the SBP, beware, because I told you I would be back. And I am back, so, and you guys are in, what do you mean with Mark Ruffalo? You guys are so screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man Banner. So, yeah, you guys are in trouble, man. Shout out. Hey, JB, what's good, my brother, man? Yeah, I see you, man. CMC is up out of there, bro. Y'all in good hands. So, JB, a 49er fan. Y'all in good hands back there with Mason, bro. And, y'all like another Niner fan checking in, my man. The fam, Don is in the house. What's good, brother? And you already know what it is. He ain't worried about it. He feel like them Niners gonna take care of business, regardless if CMC is back there or not. So we'll get out here and see what happens. While we got these Niner fans on here, though, these are my brothers right there. I did see something concerning the Niners this morning that I'm not gonna lie, almost messed up my whole morning. And if it would have happened, it would have really messed up my whole year.
What?
Juwan, did you know that the San Francisco 49ers inquired about Justin Jefferson during all the Ayuk stuff, man?
Oh no, that I 100% believe.
Oh,
100% believe. But I know if I'm Minnesota, unless your conversation starts with either an overwhelming amount of draft picks, your conversation better start with Christian McCaffrey. I'll give you Justin Jefferson for Christian McCaffrey, but and Ayuk and 2 first-round picks. That's how good that boy is. I ain't about to let you Randy Moss me. All right now. So I could see that. I mean, I'm surprised we're not hearing more teams we're trying to reach out about Justin Jefferson. But I think as the year goes, maybe we might hear a few things, see a few things. I mean, look, I just sent it to you on Twitter. Apparently, Jamar Chase is not in any rush to sign a long-term deal with the Bengals. So everyone was talking about his running mate possibly being out. You might lose Jamar Chase. I'm just saying. Drake made it. Jamar Chase might feed families. I'm just saying.
Man, that is definitely something to watch. Definitely something to watch with Chase as well, man. But this JJ thing is upsetting to me because the Niners got everything, man. They got enough, man. You don't need no JJ, man. Like,
I don't know. I don't know if you can say that though, Prime. I don't think a team could ever have enough until they win a championship. When they win a championship, look, every year the Chiefs lose something, and I still feel like they have enough. They got too much. They ain't got nothing, but they got too much. All right, as long as Patrick Mahomes is breathing, they got too much. But yeah, no, I don't really know if the Niners would really be willing to do what is necessary to actually make that trade happen. Because I just don't see a reality where the Vikings wouldn't go full Danny Ainge, right? And like just ask for everything, right? Because the thing about it, they're not in any rush to move Justin Jefferson. So for them, it's like I move him, I don't. Next year, Debo might be done and on a trading block. Look, if Debo's on the trading block, I would say don't wait till next year. I would say get aggressive with that now, only because look, he had injury issues last year, and you guys still went as far as you did. So maybe start planning that now. You know, I'm not saying sell like you guys aren't gonna be a contender, but wait until the offseason, you know, that might not be as great. Unless it's like a phenomenal season, it's like, yeah, that would definitely help. Trying to get on the Patriots run.
Yeah. Shout out to Don. Say he's trying to get on that Patriots
run. Be like the dynasty. Everyone wants to be like the dynasty.
I mean, we all would like that, man. I would just like to get back to one. I mean, it is what it is. I was watching those old Emmitt Smith videos the other day, watching them do damage, getting the end zone against the Steelers, man. I was all in my feelings here a couple of days ago. So, yeah, I just want to get back to one. I don't need that run that y'all talking about. Can brother just get back to one? Shout out to Didge, man. Didge.
Absolutely.
Didge is not going to make it through today. My man said he out there. A friend of his has a football brunch. First of all, if it's football and food, but you ain't even got to apologize, brother. We understand. You know, you get out there and do that. You get out there and do that, man. Shout out to the people on the West Coast, man. They're going to get to watch the first game kick off at like 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 a.m. over there. Our times, 1 p.m. over here in VA. They're watching kickoff at 10 a.m., bro.
Yeah. Yep.
That's breakfast, like having breakfast or even brunch or whatever during the first kickoff. And we already here thinking about lunch. You know, we're going to prepare for dinner. So that's crazy. That is crazy, man. But yeah,
but he makes.
Huh? You say?
No, I was saying Didge is making a good point. But Didge, I think we're not talking more so like, oh, it's not working kind of thing. I think Debo being on the out is just the unfortunate of you just can't pay everybody. So you just paid Ayuk. Christian McCaffrey's got a bag. You got a quarterback you're gonna have to worry about. You also have Bosa you're gonna have to worry about. You got to make sure that defense is taken care of. So Debo might just be. If he's not the highest paid linebacker, that'll change for sure. If he's not. He is definitely one of the best middle linebackers. But yeah, so I think Debo might just be a cash issue, not a talent issue. That's why I said if it's a cash issue now, start thinking about what what teams or what moves you could make. Because win or not, if you win, it only becomes more expensive. So, just saying, Debo to the Patriots.
Fred Warner has signed a 5-year contract with the Niners back in 2021. So the contract runs through the 2026 season and has an average annual value of $19 million.
Yeah, okay. That has to be upped. I need to know if there's a middle linebacker making more than him.
Indeed. Or does he get into one of them situations that's before so what are we in 24 now? So it runs through 26. So does he start bucking for an extension in 25?
I would.
You know what I'm saying? So
interesting.
They definitely got to pay that man. That man is real.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is
real. He is real. JB, brunch and mimosas. You know it. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like brunch and mimosas. But yeah, man. So we had a lot of interesting things pop off, man, and have popped off since we talked last week. One of the first things that's crazy to me was I saw that the Steelers and the Broncos, not the Steelers and the Broncos, it was the the Bears and the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Both won their games in week 1 without scoring an offensive touchdown.
Yeah, that I can understand. The Steelers, I can understand. The Bears, I can't. Whoever that GM is of the Bears, as soon as that game was over, when everyone's high-fiving, celebrating, I'm pulling Caleb Williams to the side and going, hey, do me a favor. Look around. You see all these receivers, your running back, this offensive line. This is a lot of money. Score next week for sure. Like you personally, go score. Because I spent way too much money for there not to be an offensive touchdown. That's crazy. So for the Bears, I don't get that. But the Steelers, yeah, kind of makes sense. I can understand that.
Sauce, what's good, my brother? Welcome in.
Hello, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
All good.
Very
Love that
good,
shirt.
Source.
Love that shirt.
Thank you. What'd you say, Juwan?
Very good. So glad to be here.
This is gonna be a crazy good day in the SBP, and I am here for it. Hey, look, brother, we were just talking about some things, man. And we were just before you popped in, we were going over some of the crazy things that happened in week 1. And the first one, of course, about the Bears and the Steelers both winning last week without scoring an offensive touchdown. Is that crazy?
It's ugly. It's an ugly experience. I was talking to a Steelers fan yesterday. I was like, bruh, like, so now we got to watch y'all play Denver. That's what we got to do. Oh, this is something. Okay.
Yeah. And think about you getting that game. Think about you getting that game with no Russ. It would have been great to see Russ behind center for the Steelers.
That's
going against Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying?
It still would have been bad, but at least we would have got that conflict one against the other. And then regarding the Bears, now we got to watch the Bears play against Houston. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely cover that game later in the day. But yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, we went into that bad boy last year. The Steelers had 6 field goals from what was that kicker? Boswell, I believe he's still there. Boswell. Yeah, and then the Bears had 3 field goals, a blocked punt return, and a pick 6.
It's a team game. That's what Caleb's gonna say. It's a team game, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm 1-0. It's a team.
Hey, when you talk about perseverance, though, I don't know how much you guys got to see that game. I saw a lot of that game, and I had to give it to the Bears though for just sticking in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they say you play, tell the whistle. They meant we ain't getting in the end zone, but we ain't letting you get too far out here either. We gonna do any and everything to make sure we got a shot to win this thing, and they did it. So it was a true team win for sure. So something else that went down, something I know is going to make one person don't give a darn, and the other person is going to smile real big on this one. Baker, touchdown maker. Baker Mayfield, the only quarterback to throw 4 touchdowns in week 1. Jawan, what you think about your man?
Tried to tell y'all. I'm just saying. I said keep him out the kitchen. It was going to get hot if he got up in there. He was cooking. I'm just saying, man. People love to throw dirt on that Baker Mayfield name, man. He ain't no Johnny Manziel. He the real deal. He found a home. I'm telling you, that man's a winner. I was very proud of him, man. That's 2 great stories to come into this episode with, man. Baker and New England was living good last week, man. I tell you that.
Hold on. You said he's no Johnny Manziel.
Mm-hmm.
He's a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other thing? You said something else. It was a third thing. It was too much happening.
Yeah, you gotta keep him out of the kitchen, man. You gotta keep him out of the kitchen. He was gonna cook if you let him in the kitchen, and he was cooking last week.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, would you like to deny it?
No. I'm not here to confirm nor deny the quality of Baker Mayfield's play last week. Okay. I mean, he's no Johnny Manziel. Yeah. Yes.
He's a winner.
He's a winner. He's a winner.
He's a winner. He's a winner.
So we just going to let's disregard his NFL career as a whole. Let's disregard season by season.
Mm-hmm.
He's a winner right now. That's all we on.
All I'm saying is that man having to play for the Cleveland Browns. Look, that organization as a whole is garbage. He left and it still looked as bad as when he was there. I'm just saying. Didge, it's all right. Don't worry. Next time I get you on the podcast, you'll have some explaining to do about Baker Mayfield also. I don't forget your disrespect either, Didge.
No, you won't, Didge. No, you won't. Because next time you see him, he's going to be on the losing side, so it ain't going to, maybe this will be tempered a little bit.
I'm just saying, Source, you be jumping out there with these Baker losing, Patriots losing. I'm just saying.
You're going to keep talking about the Patriots. You keep saying the Patriots like you got something to say. I'm just...
I'm not jumping the gun. I'm going to wait my turn.
Okay. We're going to get to that soon enough. Didge, if you're free next week, man, come through. We can talk some more Baker. I don't think Source. I think Source might not be coming to work next week. So I don't think he's coming to work next week. But
I'm calling out sick because the Patriots might win again.
Me, you, and the
Patriots might win
again. We can have a Baker conversation. I got some things to say as well about Baker Mayfield. But hey, couple of other things before we get into the heart of the business, man. A game that I wanted to talk about, but I guess we're not going to really talk about it as much because of the events of last week, would have been that Green Bay and the Colts game. To me, it was very interesting. Would have been very interesting if Jordan Love was going to play. But we're seeing young Malik Willis get the start today. And, man, have you seen the numbers that have been thrown around about this QBR? He said his 3 starts. He has a 39 QBR. They said, and I haven't done the numbers see if it's true, but I've seen it enough to make me think that it is. They said if you spike the ball on every play, the QBR would be at 39.6.
That is so disrespectful. That is so disrespectful.
What in the world, bro? We pray for young Malik Willis today, and he come out and have the game of his life. You know what I'm saying? Come out and throw 4 touchdowns, get in the end zone. I don't even care to win the game, but you got to shake it off, Malik. Shake it off. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Why would somebody say that? Why would somebody form that sentence? If you spike the ball, but come on, man, that's so disrespectful. That's wild. That's wild.
Now I want better for the young brother, man.
I mean, it's this connection to Jerry Falwell. That's the problem. But that's another conversation.
Cool. Shout out Malik Willis, man. I hope you have a better day. I hope you have a better day. What else we got out here? It was crazy number for you. Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs today could in that Green Bay game could become the first Packer with 100 yards rushing in his first 2 weeks of the season. Since this is a name you're gonna know, Source. Ahman Green.
I thought you were gonna say Dorsey Levis.
No, not Dorsey Levis. But Ahman Green, that would have been the early to mid 2000s. I think that was when he was with Green Bay, I believe, around about that time.
Wow.
So, yep, he'll be the first one to do it since Ahman Green in the early 2000s. If he can do it today, and I just bring that up because they with the Malik Willis's QBR, they might need to lean on Josh Jacobs, bro.
Why is this even a conversation? Like, why did they even create another stat? Or why did they do this? First 2 games, you get 100 yards in 2 games. So, be like, what? Okay, that's a terrible stat. Why would they do that to that man? They shouldn't.
Yeah, I want to apologize to my man Dan. So it's a guy that works for me named Dan. It's a young cat, and he's always talking about where did that stat come from? Like, why did they just bring that? Are they just making up stuff? Like, well, there's the NBA, the NFL, and I'd be telling he jumping the gun on some of this stuff. But if he was to tell me about this one, I probably would agree with him. Just why?
Yeah. Because a lot of people think that all the stats are they're just making up stuff to make it sound good. No, I mean it makes sense a lot of times. But he's the first guy to run for 100 yards. 100 yards in 2 games.
Yep. 2 opening.
Total.
I mean, the fact that if they want to narrow it down and even say maybe because it's the first 2 games of the season, I still don't know if that makes it any bigger, but it adds a little more context. I don't know.
That's tough. That's a tough stat.
Hey, I was telling Juwan before you came through, man, that my day was it's kind of shaky as it is because even though it didn't go through, it didn't happen. How am I just reading the news, man, that the Niners inquired about Justin Jefferson? That messed up my whole season before it started.
When? Before the season? With the IU?
Yep. During the IU situation. They said even right about draft time. They said some other teams, the Jets and the Colts, inquired as well. I'd like that much better. But the Niners don't need that, man. They got enough. They're good enough. We ain't trying to see that.
That would have been.
You gotta be on my side on that, bro. I know you ain't trying to see that either.
Maybe there would have been some internal rumblings or something. Look, we can't even say that because they ain't even got their starting running back and they still getting busy.
Yeah, but that's cool. Keep what you got. You don't need to add on. That's all I'm saying, bro. Just keep what you got. They in good hands. They ain't gonna. I don't think they're gonna miss a beat with Mason. You feel me? They're gonna be good.
Agreed.
Like the shade CMC, the great CMC, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be a problem regardless.
Agreed.
But I'm just saying we ain't trying to see JJ. Plus, I like JJ. I'm crazy, but that's my guy.
Mm-hmm. That would have been funny.
That'd have hurt.
That would have been funny to see you deciding between cheering for JJ and cheering for the Niners at the same time.
That's just like I told you, with the Deion situation when that Washington thing popped up. Bruh, that was one of the darkest days of my sporting career. When they were talking about the deal was imminent, they were just waiting in a minute, and I'm at work, man, and they was kept on the radio station just hoping something went wrong, and it happened. It's like Deion went to going to watch. The Niner thing ain't bothering me as bad because it won't but a season, but that Washington thing hurt. But I'm glad he did him the way he did him, so he didn't stay that long. Prime, baby. Shout out to Colorado for that win last night. Hey, did y'all see the video of Shador talking to the Colorado State quarterback?
Yeah. He deserved all that and more, for real. People was talking. Look, how you pull up and talk crazy to somebody that you lost to last year? You didn't win last year. You lost. So they all the social media. You lost. We didn't play it. You lost. How are you talking crazy and you lost? And then you go out and lose worse. Yeah, you get all that.
Trey, hold on. JB, I got love for you, my man, but I'm not trading Mason to you, sir. I'm sorry. I can't do it, my brother. Let me look up and down your roster real quick and see what you got first, and I'll get back to you. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Does he have JJ? Maybe you can. Yeah, no. Okay.
You got JJ on your squad? I gotta look.
He said, "I want that man."
Shout out to myself again for the listeners that's on there. I'm gonna talk a little smack. As of I won both in 2 money leagues in the SPP. I won both last week, so that's neither here nor there. That was expected.
Prime said, "I want to thank me."
Yeah,
thank you, Prime Snoop Prime.
Shout out to my brethren and the sisters in the group that are in the Godfather League and the Stakes is High League. So we're going at it. But yeah, I get back to you, JB. I get back to you, my brother. Fortunately, I left Mason on the bench last week. Still won the jump. So yeah,
talking reckless, spicy.
No, I ain't talking to JB though. I'm talking to the rest of them. But JB my guy. But anybody with those Scarface and Nas song, anybody can get it. Yeah, it is. Let's shoot to the night game that took place on Thursday night. Obviously, we got to talk about that, guys. A lot happened, and it's pretty obvious on the things that we are going to talk about in this game. First of all, the Bills came out victorious over the Miami Dolphins, 31-10. Source, outside of the obvious, what was your overall thoughts of this game?
Well, outside of the obvious, even right before the obvious took place, I was about to type on my screen. I can't even remember what I was going to say, but basically, it was really Miami, really, like after all the people talking crazy about y'all not being able to win a big game against a tough team, not be able to win against a solid opponent, basically what it was in the last season. And Buffalo is hand down a man down without Stephon Diggs, in theory anyway. And y'all can't even y'all was getting smacked. Y'all, hold on. Let me back up. I know it's too late. It's too late to say it now. It's too late. Matter of fact, I'll wait. I'll wait till we actually get to
that. Well, before said incident, the obvious, I had tweeted a couple of things. I think I even put something in the group. But it kind of, I know it's just week one, but it kind of reminded me of something I told you the last 2 weeks. Certain person that plays quarterback for a team with the sea animal or whatever on the helmet, and all that yappy is talking about a past coach, and I would say you need to put that behind you.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not making light of the incident that I'm talking about before the incident.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about the play and the way he played.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I don't think this is the time for you to be doing that, dog. You right here on the cusp of the season. You about to kick off in a couple of weeks, and you worried about what somebody else got to say, right? And then you come out here on national TV against one of the best teams, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and you stink it up. Look horrible. What did he throw? 3 picks? And he threw a pick. How you throw a pick trying to throw the ball away out of bounds? Like, come on, bro. I'm just saying. You know, when we talk about teams that might be a little overhyped, man, they look sweet in the uniforms and everything, but I think they fit the bill. That's just me talking. Jawan, what you think for the game?
Man, to what you were saying, I think, you know, his whole thing about being disrespected by his old coach might have been on something. Anyway, it's frustrating. I see Didge saying that he should retire. I don't even think it's that. I think Tua at some point with plays like that, what happened Thursday, not the ones where he's tackled and hits his head. But plays like that, you got to think baseball, man. You got to slide with your feet. I don't know why this man loves sliding head first. He loves doing it. He thinks he's a battering ram, and it's like, bro, no, stop. Like, just legs first. Like, I know you want to get that extra inch, extra yard, whatever, but it's not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. Yeah. To what you're saying, Didge, I don't know. I don't know the severity of how his brain looks right now. But yeah, this game was hard to watch, man. I started Tyreek Hill, and essentially that man wasn't even in the game ever at all for a second. I think I got 3 points out of his projected 21. So that hurt. That hurt deep. But look, as far as Bills versus Dolphins, Bills have always had the Dolphins number. That's just something that's just a thing. So there was nothing really shocking about that. But I think if you're the Dolphins, you got to realize if you can't beat the Bills, you can't ever make it to a Super Bowl, bro. Like if you can't beat the Bills and the Bills can't beat the Chiefs, I don't see how you bypass the Bills and beat the Chiefs. So I'm like, you gotta handle your own business first, your division, before you start worrying about bigger aspirations. So hopefully they can go get Ryan Tannehill back. You know, as a safety net till Tua can maybe come back, but I don't really see how Ryan Tannehill does that much better. I mean, he won't run into
Skylar Thompson there, I think. Skylar Thompson?
I don't know. Like I'm not a Ryan Tannehill fan for real, but if the way he was able to do his thing with Derrick Henry toting the rock, I'm not saying it's the same thing as having multiple weapons at every spot, but you ain't got to do a lot. You don't have to do a lot. It ain't like Tua out here, breaking 20-yard runs on a regular basis, or anybody worried about him getting out the pocket or anything like that. Get the Brock Purdy. Think Brock Purdy. That just popped in my head. Think Brock Purdy. That's about as close as, like, if he can just not mess it up. That'd be a good start. Because Skyler ain't it, boy. Skyler is not it.
I'm with you there. I will say this. This is the chance for this head coach to really establish himself as one of the best in the league. If you can go out there,
by all means.
Jay said, please.
If you can go out there possibly with Ryan Tannehill, again, that's a if you can go get him. You're gonna have to just scheme it up. Like, do a lot of wildcat positions. Like, do a lot of different schemes and stuff. Kind of the way, like you said, Source, they do for Brock Purdy with Debo and those guys. You're gonna have to scheme a lot. Yeah, you're not gonna win a lot of games just telling Ryan Tannehill drop back 30, 40 times a game. That's a good way to lose. So this is a good. I mean, he seems like he has a great eye offensively. So this is your chance to draw up a whole bunch of craziness, just absurd craziness to try to win these games while Tua's out. So I don't know, man. I know in the comments they're saying, he's got to put his health first. I don't know how you tell someone as young as Tua to retire. Not everyone could be Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck said, "Nah, this game will not retire me. I'll retire myself. I'm good. I'm out."
First person I thought of too was Andrew Luck.
Yeah, he understood that offensive line was never going to get better. And look, he's been gone for 10 years. It feels like, and the offensive line only got worse, which was saying something because it was horrible when he was there. So, that man said, "Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm so good."
Yeah, I was wondering about his money. So I saw something that said that if he's not medically cleared to play, to come back and essentially forced to retire, that the way his contract is set up with the injury clause, he would still get the remaining $124 million.
Right, man.
Woo!
Good for him. Good for I ain't even mad at him. Good for him.
No doubt. He said, "Hey," and of course, it came out today that they're saying that he has, as of this moment, he has no plans to retire.
I mean, he shouldn't. It'd be too brash to just, okay, I got a concussion, I'm gone. Like, at least, take a couple weeks, see what the doctors say, get a couple different opinions, talk with your family, and if that's the decision you make at that point, then cool. But you don't gotta say it like right now. It just happened,
Right.
We're talking about him throwing away the rest of his football career. You know what I'm saying? That should take time. That shouldn't be like right a couple days after. So
let's the first thing I thought about when it happened, and I don't know if you guys caught this too. I think Juwan, I think I tweeted it. I don't know if you saw it or not. But the first thing I thought about was, I said, "Dang, how ironic that when it happened, that it was he and Hamlin."
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness. And I was sitting there thinking, it's one thing, I know everybody's praying that Tua is okay. We all were. But I was wondering on Hamlin's side, like, what was Hamlin thinking? Was that kind of playing on him as well? Like in his mind, because it's got to be something that's hard. Like, one thing to have a situation to happen to you, and then you see it happen to somebody else, and to actually for you to be involved in the play, in the contact, and make it happen.
Right.
I was like, "Whoo, that's heavy."
Yeah,
that's heavy, bro.
It was just a really bad play, man. Really bad play. They just have to teach him how to just be smarter in those situations.
my daughters were hot, boy. They were, one of them is a Dolphins fan, and the other one is a physical therapist, and they were both like, how do you do that? Because they look mad at him. Like, what are you doing? Like, you got to be better than that. And I was talking to my older daughter, and I was like, so you telling me every time, because she had a couple of concussions cheering, and I was like, you telling me every time you cheered, when you got to college, you thought about that, or you didn't forget? Because I'm like, Tua's in the moment. He's playing the game, and plus he's the quarterback. He still wants to be looked at as tough. He doesn't want to necessarily slide all the time, and he's in a moment where they're down, and he's trying to be the tough guy in this one play. It just happened to go terribly wrong. Similar to Carson Wentz, different story, but anyway, they were like, she was like, I ain't never forgot that I had concussions. I have never been in the middle of tumbling and forgotten that I had concussion. So I was like, all right. I mean, I can't really argue with you.
Yeah, no, I mean, you make a great point. It's in the moment. So like us saying like, bro, slide, he's not thinking I'm about to almost break my neck going into someone's chest.
Right.
But it is the idea of a lot of these players have to understand that to be quote unquote tough, there's more than one way to be tough. I don't think any of us thought Peyton Manning wasn't tough or Tom Brady wasn't tough. And they've never ran headfirst into anything. They'll slide, right? They'll slide and take your knees out before they let you take them out, right? So it's just the idea of just play safer. You know what I'm saying? You have a really good offense. It does not always have to be on your legs. You know what I'm saying? We know you could throw 2 yards at Tyreek Hill and he takes it 97. So, just be a little bit smarter going forward. You have help.
Gus Farrat said hello.
Gus Farrat, golly. Some of y'all might have to Google that, but yeah, wow, not Gus.
Look, ain't no way you bang your head against what you think is a padded ball just because you scored a touchdown.
What's that?
Like, you trying to be tough? Like, yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
But before we get away from this topic, I want to say this. So nobody's going to buy it. I get it. But in the pregame interview, Tua is talking. The interviewer, I forgot who it was. I forgot who it was. Anyway, she asked a question. His first answer, I was like, something ain't right with. I said something is not right with this dude, because his first answer was crazy. Because usually Tua, like, I'm not saying he's super articulate, but he talks fine. He has no his first answer. I don't know if you can go back to it on Peacock Prime on that app and look, but his first answer is kind of weird. I was like, that ain't right. It was not normal. If somebody told me that he was already messed up, or if they tell us that he was already messed up at some point, I would buy it.
Right.
I would buy it. I wish I would have said it, though. I wish I would have said it at the time, just because.
So wait, was it what he said or how he said it?
It was how he said it. I forgot what the question was, but it was like, you got to hear it. I should have looked it up. It's been 2 days.
I'm going to look it up because I'm sure somebody had the same thought and probably posted it somewhere. So I'm going to see if I can find it. It
was a weird response. And then she asked him another question, and it was a better response, but it was still, But the first one was like, why would he say, the way he worded his sentence is what it was. The way he said what he said. It was just like, my first thought was like, is he okay? For real.
Right. To Digit's point, guys, when he's saying the I don't know why I can't say
neurologist. Yeah.
I am struggling with that. Goodness gracious. Might tell him differently. I would definitely say, Dig, we've seen it in sports so many times. You guys remember what Kobe said? United States told him, hey, no, you need to retire. That man said, no problem. Hopped right on the flight over to Germany. They said, we got some super soldier serum. And that man was right as rain. So sometimes, like I said, you're going to have to get a bunch of different opinions. I mean, Prime, even from wrestling. Daniel Bryan and Edge were told they could never wrestle again.
Indeed,
Took a couple years, different doctors, they're wrestling now, right? So it's all about your comfort. Do you want to still play football? Because if you do, you can find somebody that will help you continue to play football. So that's all it's going to come down to. That's all it's going to come down to.
That's a fact.
And that is true. So this is number 3 that he was diagnosed with. We don't know if he had more, right?
We know he had 4. We know he had 4.
I say for sure, yeah.
The joint when he fell down, and he talking about it's his shoulder. It's like, no, it ain't. That man hit his head on the ground. Pow.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I think he might have to look into a different kind of helmet, because he's just not good at protecting his head. So he might have to find something else.
You think the cap would have helped?
Maybe, but I think his biggest problem there. So the reason why I didn't think concussion from that hit was that it looked like it was neck. It looked like his neck was like being strained going to like the side of Hamlin's chest. So I thought it was a neck thing. So when they say concussion, I'm just like, all right. I mean, I've had 2 concussions. Yeah, and it's never been like a neck thing. It's always been direct head. So when you see his neck turn like that, I thought it was something with his neck. I didn't expect concussion.
Whiplash, though. I mean,
that's a very good point. Yeah,
whiplash, maybe.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. Yeah, like I said, it's just going to come down to whether or not he still wants to play. You still want to play, someone's going to clear you, so you'll be fine.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to what do you want? What do you want? What do you talk to your family about? And maybe even, this might be the first time ever in sports history, maybe the organization steps forward and maybe says, hey, maybe we don't rush you back out there.
Imagine that. Imagine the organization stepping forward and be like, oh, no, let me protect this player that we paid a whole lot of money to.
Yeah. You never know, man. You never know. It might shock you one day. It might shock you.
Hey, one thing I don't want to be overshadowed, though, is the fact that before we move on, is in this game was the performance by James Cook. I had posted on Twitter and in the SBP that I said, this man out here trying to wrap up player of the week before we even get to Sunday. Right? James Cook went crazy out there. What do you have? Three total touchdowns out there. It looked like lightning on the bottom. Looked like his brother used to.
I was about to say, he out here trying to retire his brother. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
So it's gonna be fun to see what type of performances we have today to see if anybody comes close to that. At the running back position and even outside the running back position. I mean, that was outstanding.
I will say, Prime, to your point, everyone was talking about it as far as like with Tua's health. They were saying that Josh Allen is another person that should look into maybe not running it as much as he does. And maybe with Cook, source, they were saying that because like he'll go full John Elway and put his body on the line. And it's like, bro, we need you. Like chill with all that, bro.
Oh no. I feel you. That man 6'12" though.
I know.
Look,
I know.
As long as he don't lead with his right shoulder, he'll be all right.
I will say this though, Source, and I'm curious if you agree to this. We thought the same about Cam, and it finally caught up to Cam, right? It caught up to Cam big time, and he was just never the same. So if I'm Josh Allen, lean on the fact that you have a really good running back and a really good arm. Like lean on that heavily. Don't always try to put your body out there.
I'm still a little irritated because, I had my 4 lineups set, right? My 4 FanDuel lineups. I said I'm gonna take a Dolphin in the MVP spot on 2, a Bill on 2. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take Josh Allen on both of them because who's gonna outscore Josh Allen?
Right.
Yeah. You know who outscored him? James Cook. If I had James Cook in one of them joints, I know.
Been good.
I say this all the time. Would have been money. Also, just to point back to Monday, not that I would ever take Lazard over Wilson, but if I had Lazard instead of Wilson, I would have won by like 10 points, 10 G's.
A lot of folks thinking about that Lazard situation. Matter of fact, going across a lot of the fantasy apps that I use, in just about all of the leagues, Lazard was one of the top 5 pickups. Because nobody, huh? No,
Mason.
the Mason thing is funny because now Mason was out there probably on some people's waiver wire, but a lot of people that probably play the game a lot were smart.
Yeah,
they would either they got him as a handcuff for CMC because they know CMC's tendency to get nicked up here and there.
Right.
Or, just the fact that he's still sitting there and you get down to your last pick or two and he's still out, you know what? Well, I got to pick somebody. I'm only mad about in one of my leagues is I don't know if you guys know what a keeper league is, but in the keeper league, we get to keep 4 players from the year and you have to put everybody else into the pool. So I drafted Mason in that league. But then when I had to go back and cut play, and the way he had it set up, we overdrafted the roster amount where we wanted to keep it. So we had to end up cutting. You had to go back and cut 6 of the players that you drafted during the draft. So my thinking was all wrong in this particular league. I'm glad I won last week anyway, but I cut Mason. I cut Mason, and I ain't gonna tell you what I did, but
come on, Brian.
I have James Cook in that league though. But looking back on it, I'm like, why did I cut Mason, bro? Like, why did I cut Mason? Because now, especially after today's news about McCaffrey possibly going up to 6 weeks, so I'm gonna have to ride my receivers out. But I messed up on that one. But the rest of my leagues, I got him and I kept him. You know what I'm saying? So on that. But yeah, man, Bill showed us a lot in this game. 31 points. I talked about last week about I still think the offense could really be something without Stephon Diggs. And you saw last week they got busy with Shakir, whose name I brought up in the past couple of weeks. Hollins, we've seen a Hollins side. And Kincaid hadn't quite gotten off yet, but he hadn't had to. So I think the Bills are still scary, especially once they really figure out how solid they can be on defense. So I know they only allowed the 10 points the other night, but that was a big question with the 6 or 7 players they lost offensively. And then the Dolphins, we just don't know really what the Dolphins are, but we know right now with Skylar under center, they might need to get. You think they can get Cam off the couch, off the microphone? No, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, that might be a problem over there.
Yeah,
better off getting Tom off the microphone.
Yeah, I did hear some people. Nah, that's not that. Hey, sources. I heard people actually talking about that.
Man,
getting Tom to do it. Tom keeps saying anytime you put a microphone in front of him, I'm not done yet. And it's like, bro, just stay retired. It's okay.
Stay done.
Yeah, stay done, bro.
Tom has been in every jersey after week 1. It was crazy. I mean, we saw that. I seen him in a Green Bay jersey. I saw him in a Giants jersey. I mean,
well, people were saying the reason why Miami works so well is apparently that's where his kids live.
Yeah.
So they were saying you could still be, there and still play, right? So you could have the best of both worlds. So I don't know. I tell you what, though, it'll change how I feel about Tom Brady. He go to Miami. That's for sure. That's for sure, man.
You ain't gonna do that.
Really?
Hey, it won't sit well with me. It will not. Because that team is not bad. So picture he takes them to the Super Bowl and wins it. I wouldn't be able to. I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Brady with a Waddle and a Reek.
Yeah, man, that'd be insane.
And an A-chain.
And most.
I tell you what, if they do get Tom Brady, I want a camera on Patrick Mahomes the moment that news breaks. I gotta see what Mahomes' reaction is. I gotta see. I just have to, bro. You gotta be like, damn, man, I could have sworn I got you out of here, bro. I just got you out of here. Crazy, man, if Brady would come back. That'd be crazy.
Shout out to my boy Easy Ed, or Easy as we call him. He said he'd be watching. I don't know if he in there or not. But I do want to say over in his league, so the league is called Just to Get a Rep. he's a huge Gangstar fan. I'll tell you, yeah, Just to Get a Rep. And in that league, I do have James Cook and A-Chain.
Nice.
Yeah, and I won my matchup last week by about 60 points. So yeah, I'm stunning on him. Yeah, so
Prime, Ian Rappaport just reported AJ Brown is out today. No, I'm sorry, for Monday.
Monday night.
Hamstring, yeah. Which is weird.
I did see with AJ Brown. I saw they were monitoring something last night.
Yeah, I'm like, because it's early Sunday. You don't want to maybe give it a shot Monday night and then maybe give it officially. A whole day before is kind of wild to me for a hamstring.
But we're gonna pick that game. But they're just telling me the disrespect already. They're just like, man, we don't need him to mess with Atlanta. They're disrespecting me. One bird got to win, and they say they the big birds, bro. So and I don't feel no kind of way about it either. I don't dislike Atlanta at all. Like nothing about Atlanta that I dislike, right?
Mm-hmm.
But every time, somebody says something greasy about Atlanta or something go their way, I don't get mad either, unless it's the Braves, of course. That's a whole nother story because we done been through it. But as far as the Falcons, I just think about every time I go down there, man, and especially the last time I went, the Cowboys lost. They treat you real greasy down there, bro. I'm just gonna let you know. Atlanta is everything you want. They got good food. They got the College Football Hall of Fame. They got all the gentleman spots. You feel me? They got everything. They got, man. Again, I'll say the food again because food is off the chain. If you never had wings from Magic City, go. But anyway,
all right, Lou Will.
Hey, I got to be Lou Will then. Lou Prime. But
Lemon pepper prime.
But I will say that they're gonna treat you real greasy. They catch you at the breakfast spot the day after the game or the night after the game. When you try, if you try not to be bothered, don't wear your team gear if they just beat the brakes off you, because all you're gonna hear is rise up and all this stuff. So, but it seems like Philly, the Eagles aren't feeling any type of way, about what the Falcons can do to them. They might put out something else crazy before the days. I can wait till the Margin one. They just put it all out there. They feel they can handle that business, man.
Hey, I mean, with the way Kirk Cousins played, why not, right? Why not?
No doubt. I know what time it is. Hey, guys, let's pick some games, man. Let's get into these games, man. Let's talk about one. And the first game involves a guy who was probably one of the big stars of week one. We mentioned him just a few minutes ago, and that would be your man's Baker Mayfield as he takes on the Lions. And this is going to be a really fun game, I really believe, man. I think this is one of the games, probably one of my top 3 games that I want to see what happens and what goes down today. It's one of my faves for sure. Lions won both games last year. Remember the one regular season matchup and, of course, the one in the divisional round of the playoffs. All right. So Baker out here trying to make up for that. Juwan, what you think is going to go down?
I'm going with Baker, man. I'm going with Baker. It's a heart pick. It's a heart pick because my mind's telling me the Lions, but it's a heart pick. So I'm riding with Baker and the guys.
You like Baker and the guys today?
Mm-hmm.
Source, what you got?
I'm going with the Lions. They got the bus warmed up a little bit last week on Sunday night in that tough one against the Rams. But I do believe that it's gonna be a good game. And I'm sure Mike Evans will have something to say about it, but I got the Lions 31-24.
Wow. Yeah, I really want to roll with Baker and them, man. I want to roll with them hard in this game. But what scares me is just one thing. This one thing that scares me is the Bucs are decimated on the back end with injuries, bro. Mm-hmm. So they're missing three starters in the defensive secondary, and one of those starters has happened to be Antoine Winfield, the All-Pro, right? So that doesn't help at all. Then I think about the fact that even though the Lions won last week and they didn't need them, that my man Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't get busy, probably didn't get all the targets that he wants. So and he's had some. Historically, he's had some pretty big games against Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. So I think they really try to get him going. If you go back to last year's divisional, which was won 31-23 by the Detroit Lions, man, we saw a lot. We saw a lot of lost opportunity. We saw some of the stars not be able to get their shine. I expect Mike Evans to get busy, though. He can continue his trend. But it was 31-23 last year. I'm going with the similar scores. That's why I said, wow, source. I got it 30-24 for the Detroit Lions in this one. So love this game. Though. Wouldn't shock me if the Bucks pull it out. That's just their secondary just scares me right now.
That's fair.
All right. Next up, this is going to be a good one. We're going to talk about the Seahawks and the Patriots. But just before we get into this, so talking about the Patriots, I think it's something that you wanted to discuss, Juwan.
I was just curious, Source, if Jamar Chase had that big game that you was talking about, if the Bengals is beating the brakes off New England like you was talking about. I'm just curious what happened, you know. Just want to hear it from your side, you know.
Jawan, you were right. I was wrong.
That's all I asked for, man. That's it. That's it. But no, all jokes aside, so I did want to ask you like a real serious question. Are you impressed by Christian Gonzalez?
Yeah. What you want me to say about your favorite, apparently your favorite DB in a Patriots uniform? But I mean, I'm not sure what kind of response you want me to say. Also, are we giving any credence to an unpaid Jamar Chase? I mean, I'm not, but are we giving any credence to that?
I would say no, because I would definitely say if you want to get paid, having 30 yards is not how you go about it. I mean, because you went out there and put on a showcase, you would have had another team like, hey, bump all that. They ain't paying you. I'll give away everything. I'll pay you. So I don't think that's the proper response. You could have just sat out if you weren't going to give any effort. I mean, that would have been at least more understandable than going out there and essentially laying a goose egg. But no, I didn't say it to kind of be like that. So I was just curious because I was saying last week, I do think Christian Gonzalez is going to be one of the better corners in the league this year. So I was just curious if you liked this game at all from last week. That was all. That was all.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Yeah. I don't trust that. Yeah.
I got nothing positive to say.
What do you have negative to say? What do you have negative to say?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Juwan, how y'all gonna fare today?
Look, DK Metcalf is a different animal. I don't know. I think is he still playing? DK Metcalf, when he's on, he's on. When he's on, he is on. I wasn't sure if he was playing.
I haven't seen anything yet. We ain't got Didge in here today. Let's see if we can figure out if he's playing or not.
I will say this though, Source and Prime. One thing that's going to work for New England these next couple weeks is apparently most of the teams that they play are missing one of their key players. So like today, there's no Walker for Seattle. And I think one of their games coming up is against the 49ers, so no CMC. So it's like it's starting to become somewhat manageable, possible winnable games these next couple of weeks. No Tua, they play the Dolphins one of these weeks coming up. So, but for this game, I think you got to kind of, if you're Gerard Mayo, let Keon White loose. Let him loose. Let him loose. Let that man work. And that secondary is going to give you a shot to win this game. I will say this. Jacoby upset me a lot watching that tape back. Our receivers were so open in so many scenarios in that game that we could have put some more points on the board. So hopefully he cleans that up. And our other rookie, Javon Baker, is active this week. Gerard Mayo not suspended him, but sat him last week because of the old cop thing. So I'm curious to see what he looks like as far as our receiving core this week. But I do have New England winning this game. I'm going to say by a field goal.
You like it? Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see DK Metcalf in the injury report anymore. So.
Okay, good. So yeah, so I think he can still have a big game, but I still got us by a field goal.
You think, Source?
Seahawks 23-20.
23-20?
23-20 Seahawks. I have no real reason. Other than to just annoy Juwan, I guess. So.
Interesting fact, the Patriots have lost 3 straight regular season games.
To the Seahawks.
Yeah, versus Seattle.
How far does that go back to Richard Sherman?
Well, it goes back to the last time they won. The last time they won was 2008.
Yeah, because remember, Source, last time we played Seattle was the Cam Newton game. Remember, he threw for I think 300-400 yards, but then got stopped at the goal line for the game-winning touchdown. Yeah, that was, I think, the last time we played them, recently. So that was the last loss. That was a heartbreaker, man. Great game, though. Very fun game. But yeah, hopefully we break that today.
What's even crazier about that is, so the last time you guys won was 2008 against them. In that time span, though, you've beaten every other team in the league at least once since 2009.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yep. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what it is, but Pete Carroll really knows how to scheme against Bill. Really knows how to scheme against Bill. He always made it rough, man. He always made it rough, you know? Think about it. We only won that Super Bowl because Pete outsmarted himself. You know what I'm saying? So Stevenson getting in the box 2 times today. I hope so, man. He said he wanted to be one of the best running backs in the league this year, and it was a good start last week. So.
He had a good week last week.
Yeah,
sure.
So let's see if he can keep it going.
Yeah, I saw you called it a 3-point game. That's what I got as well. I actually got the Patriots winning this game. I like what I saw defensively last week. I think the team really believes in Mayo, and just what he mentioned. You mentioned that there's no Kenneth Walker today, so Zach Charbonnet is probably going to get a heavy workload. But the way Stevenson was handling business last week, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
and we've seen Geno under pressure. And I think y'all gonna be able to generate that pressure on him, especially from the outside. So, I'm gonna take the pass 20-17.
Appreciate it.
Hey Don, we ain't trying to see that, my brother. We ain't trying to see that either. I guess it was during the Chase kind. He talking about what if we ship Debo out for Chase? Now we ain't trying to see that either.
Are y'all done with Debo? Is there something we don't know about? Y'all good? Y'all good over there?
I don't think he looked good. Chase looked good in the goal with him. So nah, y'all good. Y'all gonna keep Debo. Y'all good.
Hey, y'all go ahead and get Jamar Chase just to keep losing to Patrick Mahomes. Y'all do y'all thing.
I ain't trying to see that, brother. I ain't trying to see that. Yeah, we'll see what that Pats defense can do today with Geno. Next up, big game going down at AT&T Stadium would be the Saints, who absolutely beat the brakes off of is it even arguable that the Panthers are the worst team in the league?
No. Well, possibly. Possibly.
I'm trying to say,
I don't know.
The Giants you talking about?
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, Joel's like family to me, but damn, dog. I don't know, man. Hey, for your rookie to be that angry week 1, it's gonna be a long season, dog. It's gonna be a real long season, man.
Man, yeah, this is going to be a good game today, man. Both teams coming off impressive victories. Like I say, the Saints they were hitting on all cylinders last week. The Cowboys looked pretty decent on the both sides of the ball. Defensively, the whole game, they look good. Offensively, maybe for about 3 quarters, they look good. And I'm glad this game is being played in Dallas, though. We done won 16 straight home games in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the last time we was in that mix, we got the brakes beat off us with 48-32 in the playoffs by the Green Bay Packers. But Dak is on a winning streak during the regular season because we know he does regular season things, right? So that's what's got me feeling pretty good about this game. The one thing that I'm going to be watching, you guys got to keep an eye on this one. Guess who's not playing today for the Saints?
Oh, Kamara?
Chris Olave.
Oh no, Kamara. That would be great. No, it wouldn't be great for my fantasy team. No, he can play. Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And that's going to be great because we know the Saints can get after the quarterback. So I expect Dak to be under duress, but that could spell some big things out here for either Cook or definitely for CeeDee Lamb today. I'm telling you right now. And the youngster, your main man's Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to be taking Marshawn's spot today. And I like Kool-Aid, right? I love Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like Kool-Aid today. You know what I'm saying? So you already know I'm rolling with my boys for sure. I'm rolling with the Cowboys. Source.
Cowboys 30-17.
30-17. Okay, I like it. I like it. Say off your chest. I like that.
Yeah, I'm going Dallas also. There was nothing about that Saints win that was impressive at all. I mean, they were playing the local high school team, so yeah, I don't give them much praise for that.
Nothing about that joint that even mattered.
Yeah, like, not at all.
Well,
yeah,
you got to give them a little bit of props because they beat them the way they're supposed to beat them. Now,
you don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to do.
Let me tell you why I don't give them credit. From the moment that football was kicked in the air, Panthers was already thinking about Cancun. So I mean, it was just like they were just laying on the ground essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
That's exactly what it was. So I'm not giving the Saints that. But hey, if you can do it against Dallas, then yeah, I can give you that. I can give you that. But no, I got Dallas in this one.
Let's see what my cousins say. Take that back. So Jay, what you want Source to take back? The fact that he picked us to win?
Yeah, I think
bad luck.
I picked Dallas a lot. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's always good. Shout out to Don. Shout out to Jay. It's always good to have actually with a real family in the chat for sure.
30-12 is great.
30-12. Don got 30-12 Cowboys. I take all of it. I don't know. I think the Saints may put up a few points though. I mean, they got away. You know, Carl looked good last week. I know. It was the Panthers, but I'm saying look good.
I'm not saying the Saints are a bad team. I'm just saying the measuring stick can't be whooping the Panthers. That's not how we measure if you're a good team.
Yeah, Jay does confirm. Yeah, he said take it back. Take it back.
Yeah. Never.
Hey, also
fly Cowboys fly. Oh,
you said you can do it in private.
Fly Cowboys fly is crazy.
Hey, I'm a little worried though, just a tad bit, because even though we got busy last week, special teams with the defense, the offense actually only scored 14 points. Those, that 30 plus that we put up. So that 30 we put up. So, I see a little more efficiency from the offense. But yeah, I got us winning this. I'm gonna take like 27-19, maybe something like that. So we'll see what happens there. What we got next up here? Next up, man, I wish Joel was here today. But he said Joel told me he might not come back till next year. He done.
No. There's no might. I spoke to him last night to try to get him on here. He said there is no way. He's talking football anymore this year. Yeah. He said he's gonna watch every game, but he don't want to talk about it. So
yeah. I want the Giants to get on like a nice 3-4 game winning streak. We might get Joel back.
It won't matter. Prime. This man said if they make the playoffs, he's still not talking Giants football. So he said, short of winning the Super Bowl, he will see us next year. So hey, I believe him. That man don't. I believe there's no hyperbole in him.
Only New York, I guess I get to talk to Joel about is going to be the Knicks, huh?
That's it. So, that is it. That's it.
No doubt. So yeah, man, we got shout out to our guy. So it's Alan Sanders doing his work play thing. He is down at the dump. I'm at FedEx Field. His game. He posted the pictures earlier. So shout out to our guy. He's there at the game doing this thing, man, and I hope he enjoys it. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game today. What you think about this game, Source?
What'd you call the stadium?
The dump.
That's what this game will be like. The dump. No. Man, I was about to say I feel sorry for Giants fans, but that would not be true. That would not be true.
Come on.
I don't. I mean, I can't say they brought it on themselves because they're fans, but the organization brought it on themselves. So it is what it is. I would like to see Daniels get a little momentum going, get a little something on his side. Giants are going nowhere with Danielson. Well, I mean, as someone who saw Danielson's biggest play against their squad, only to turn around and trip before he got to the end zone, it seems like a thing. It seems like he's done all he can do. He's done all he can do, which is not a lot. Washington in an ugly one, ugly game, 19-16. I can't 16. Are they gonna get to 16? 19-16. That's what I'm going with.
Hey, it's ugly.
Ugly score, ugly game.
Juwan.
Sorry, man. Loyalty is a big thing for me. I got to go with my brother Joel, man. I got the Giants 24-17. I think that defensive front line can get to Jaden and cause some chaos for him. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here. Source, I get the look for picking the Giants, but Washington did not look impressive at all. It really felt like they couldn't really get their traction. I just didn't really see anything that would lead me to believe that the Giants could win this game. So
you just said that the Giants might be the worst team in the league.
For sure. For sure. But if I'm making a top three, Washington might be in that top three, if I'm being honest with you. They might be in there.
Commodes.
Not the commode.
But I think the Giants front line can. Ditch, how am I a traitor? How am I a traitor? I don't get. We supposed to pray on the Giants downfall forever. Nah, man, nah. Look, I would only pray on their downfall if they were good. Then I would want them to be bad. But if they're bad, they're already doing the downfall for me. So I don't need to pray on it. They're doing it themselves. They can win one measly game. All right, I got them winning this game, and I got Daniel getting them to 24 points.
Indeed. Okay. This is going to be interesting for me because, the Washington has not had a 100-yard rusher in 22 games.
I'm sorry. Huh?
Yeah, they haven't had a 100-yard rusher in 22 games.
All right.
Yeah. And you go back to last week.
Time.
The leading rusher, of course, was Jaden Daniels with 16 carries for 88 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that they want him to carry the ball that much, but that's what he had to do last week.
Right.
Don't don't have to do it again this week.
What if this game, Jaden Daniels and Daniel Jones combine for more rushing yards than they do passing yards?
I would tell you that's definitely likely.
That's possible. Absolutely a possibility.
Because you get negative yards if you throw to the other team, right? Yeah, so then rushing might be the best way.
Hey, Joel, if you out there listening, man, I got your back today. I'm gonna take the Giants today, man, because Washington has lost 7 straight games at FedEx, so it's got to count for something. I don't care if Daniel Jones' legs get it done. Singletary ends up showing the Washington running backs how to get a 100-yard game. I don't know. Somebody got to do something. We have a better showing from neighbors. Something got to go down.
Right.
But I got faith in the New York Giants to win in the dump. So I'm going to take the Giants 22-17.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what we got. Next up is one of I talked about that earlier game being one of my favorite games. This is probably my favorite game of the week for all purposes, to watch, to look at the stats, and to track fantasy performances, man. And that game is the Rams and the Cardinals, both starting off the season 0-1 after taking an L last week. And I got a lot of thoughts on this game, but Juwan, what you think?
I think if the Cardinals want to win any games this year, you maybe look to your top, your number one receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr. They were showing that they were like 3 plays that man could have walked into the end zone with how open he was. I don't really get how you missed that many with that kind of receiver. But if they can get things going with him, they'll be fine, and they could definitely win this game. Because isn't for the Rams, isn't Acuna Matata? Ain't he on IR? Was it?
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a minute.
Yeah. So I think the Cardinals can definitely. Yeah, Cardinals can definitely take this game, but you got to get Marvin into it. You got to.
That man said Acuna Matata.
That's his name, right? What's his name?
Luka Nakua, man.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I thought it meant no worries. I'm sorry. I'm not bad.
Man, that's tough. How do you say it's not my job?
That's your only job, Kyler.
It actually is your job, sir. What are you talking about? That man, it is not his job to find Marvin. I don't even know what to do with that. Like, we beefing?
Yeah, apparently, right? That's a wild way to find out you beefing with your quarterback. Like, what'd I do?
And week 1, though? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But it did bode well for Greg Dortch, so shout out to the 804.
No doubt.
Dortch got a couple of extra catches in there, extra targets. I can't see him getting the dub. Well, it's conference rival, blah, blah, blah. But they're not better than the Rams, so I'll go Rams. 27-20. Rams 27-20.
Interesting. This is what I'm really looking forward to, especially after what we saw week 1, is these running backs on the opposite team. Of course, Kyron Williams is the focal point of that offense with the Rams, and of course James Conner, who we always worry about injuries with, but he got a heavy workload last week and looked good doing it too. So I expect both teams to continue to feed these guys in the run and in the passing game. But Juwan spoke about the situation with Marvin Harrison, and I just don't know if we're gonna see more what we saw last week, right? I know for sure that the Rams are going to get that rock to Cooper Kupp as well, right? You can double up his targets that Puka's not playing. You know what I'm saying? So McVay's going to go heavy. Any defensive shortcomings they may have in that secondary is going to be made up from the volume that they're going to have on that offense. Also, the Cardinals, man, they done lost 8 straight divisional games, and they are 1-11 inside the division since 2022. Them not the numbers you want to have. But I expect both teams to put up a lot of points. Both of them going to hit the 30s, matter of fact, in my opinion, if things go right. But I'm going to take the Rams 34-33 in a close one.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of points on the board in this one. Let me see what we got up next here. Really fun game right there. Next up, guys, very interesting game. As we come down to the wire, we have the Bengals and the Chiefs about to go at it. So your boy Joe Burrow going against Patrick Mahomes. And Burrow ain't looked too good last week. That whole offense ain't look good last week. So they got some work to do. Juwan, what you think about this game?
I think this is the week Patrick Mahomes utilizes the Taylor Swift playbook. All the plays she drew up. This is so easy of a game for the Chiefs. He might start throwing it with his feet, right? He might have the running back throw it. Andy might come throw it. Taylor might come catch it. It's about to be chaos in this game. I saw nothing from the Bengals offensively or defensively. Because even if you look back in that game against New England, if New England was a better team, they could have maybe dropped 50 points on the Bengals with how bad that they were playing. So for me, I'm just like a better quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. If he doesn't light it, if he doesn't get 30, I'll be shocked. I will be very shocked. So I got the Chiefs just blowing the doors off of the Bengals this week, and look for Mahomes to do some kind of wild throw. Yeah, these are the kind of games where he brings it out, where he doesn't worry about the opponent. These are the kind of games. So I see him doing something crazy this game.
Indeed.
33-24, Kansas City over the Bengals. The Bengals do muster up some offense, but not enough to deal with James Worthy Jr., and Travis Kelce actually might play today. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, that's why you got some spies or you didn't hack something, bro. My exact score is the Chiefs 33-24. All right, in this way, and which is going to be crazy because all 4 meetings between Burrow and Mahomes have been by 3 points or less. So that trend breaks today.
It's a new day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the Bengals got to figure a way, one, not only to get the passing game going, but what are they going to do with these running backs? Between Moss and Brown, they got to figure out. I didn't like what I saw last week watching them play. I don't even know if they knew what they were doing last week. Like they were just,
I do not think so.
Just a play by play. It just nothing looked good last week. Hopefully Joe Burrow has a bounce back game. You know what I'm saying? So we can start, have things looking up for him again. But yeah, too much in Kansas City, man. We got the news that Hollywood is gone for the regular season period. He ain't even going to play. But if you saw what you saw last week, I mean, should you even be worried about that? Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, my man's Pacheco and them. It's funny we mentioned in Kelce as the fourth guy in this scenario right now.
Yeah.
He's on for the ride. Did you guys see this statement right here? One of the DBs for the Cincinnati Bengals talking about Xavier Worthy. They asked him what he thought about him. He said he got speed, but that's about it. He can run straight, and they say pretty much that's all he can do.
I need to ask this question.
Yep.
Didn't a Bengals quarterback a couple years ago badmouth a receiver? What was his name? He used to be a Giants corner. Eli? Was it Eli? Eli Apple?
Apple.
Didn't Eli Apple say something stupid like this and then get completely burned in that game? Like, Super Bowl was won on your neck because you weren't that guy, right? I think they should learn as a unit. Your talking should be through the results of your game, right? Mm-hmm. If someone asks you about the opponent, it is okay to just go, I've seen that he's done some great things. I think it's going to be a tough test for us to stop him today. That's it. And then let your game show how dominant you are. But when you say stuff like this, you got to know that running back is thinking, I can maybe run for 600 yards today. Let me try. And I'll make sure as I'm running sideline, I stiff arm you in your mouth as I'm running by you. So it's just one of those things where it's like, look, it's a team game. So you can run your mouth, but your team got to back it up. So I just never think stuff like this is good to do. Unless you can impact the game single-handedly, this is just something that you just don't do. Not against the Chiefs, also, by the way.
Yeah. And them reading this, they're going to make it a point to get Worthy to rock. There's 100%. No question about it. Yeah, so
100%.
Watch what you say, young man. Watch what you post.
Just no need for it, man. Just no need for it.
Joe not so cool throwing 3 picks in this one. Chiefs 42-20. Whoa, Joe ain't cool no more.
Wow.
He might have to have his hair back.
I'm with you there, man. The Bengals really let me down last week, man. Hey, they just look lost.
Hey, so we were talking about those worthless stats earlier. What if we get like the week 3 of the season and somebody's gonna post something like the Bengals are 0-3 since Joe Burrow dyed his hair? You know what I'm saying? Worthless stats, so.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Or even to get more technical, Joe Burrow has only completed 52% of his passes since dyeing his hair.
Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow got his money though. His receiver don't. That should be worked on by somebody.
All right, let's get to the last 2 games. So we dip all the way down to Sunday Night Football. So a matchup that was highly anticipated by many, definitely by us, has a little bit different, ring to it right now based on a lot of things, especially the Bears' performance last week. But still, nevertheless, we get to see Caleb Williams go at it with young C.J. Stroud tonight on Sunday Night Football. Source, what's your feelings about this game?
Man, if the Texans don't beat the brakes off these people, I'm questioning the Texans. If the Texans don't beat the brakes off these people, I am questioning the Texans. Yeah, I'm saying it now because you know how the Texans do. Like we saw it last season where a lot of their games were 3-point games or down to the last drive, last score, one possession type ball games. And they just happen to end up on the winning side of a lot of those. But a game like this against a rookie quarterback, yeah. You can say a rookie quarterback, even though your quarterback was a rookie and went crazy last season. That's cool. Against a rookie quarterback who didn't play well at all, who didn't, he didn't play well. He didn't play well at all. The Texans better beat the brakes out of these people. I'm going 38-10. 38-10, and I won't take anything less.
Hey, Source, you going on like that? That's like was it RBX on the Dre joint? He said I drop bombs like Hiroshima. That's what you do.
7 execution style murders.
Woo!
I have no remorse because I'm the murderer. Well, I mean,
he said
CJ is the murderer.
Yeah. Woo! That's crazy. Crazy school. Or the youngin that worked for me said crazy work. Crazy work. Juwan, what you think about this game?
Hold on. Hey, Juwan, are you young enough to be a crazy work guy? Are you a crazy work guy?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I probably said it, but no. I'm going Texans. But I will say they almost let me down last week. I don't know if y'all remember this. I talked crazy on the Colts. I highly disrespected the Colts and their quarterback.
You did.
And I look up. I'm like, huh? What is happening here, yo?
Yeah.
So, don't let the Bears do that, Texans. Please have a little bit more respect for yourself. I can understand a divisional game, but don't let this be a norm. So I do have the Texans winning this handedly.
Yeah, the one thing that scares me about it for young Caleb, man, is the fact that offensive line didn't look good. He was on a lot of running last week. I had my eyes on him, and then they couldn't get the running game going. Swift looked terrible, but by the time he was getting the ball, him Cass was already in the backfield.
Yeah.
So they won, like I say last week, on a true team victory because, man, they got bailed out by the special teams and the defense. But what's even more, what scares me more about them this week is the fact that Keenan Allen is questionable, and Ron Dunze, he's questionable. And as of this morning, I said it's leaning towards the fact that he might not play. So now you're pretty much down to just DJ Moore, man. It's not a place you want to be.
No.
If you're going against a high-powered offense like the Texans.
Right.
The thing that impressed me about the Texans last week, though, and I know it's small to some people that they didn't notice it, the fact that they gave the rock to Joe Mixon 30 times. The man had over 30 total touches. You got to go back a little bit to see when the last time that really happened or how many times that happened in the past five years with Cincinnati, right? Mixon would get the rock, but he won't get in 30 carries, even 30 touches. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they are heavily, with all that firepower that they have, they are heavily invested in running the football too. And that's scary. I mean, that is scary to have all of that at your disposal. And it didn't take Stephon Diggs long to make himself at home, did it?
No,
he didn't do much for yards, but he touched that end zone twice.
Yep.
Whew. Probably. We won't even talking about Tate Dale. And Nico Collins. Yeah, Nico Collins was the leading receiver. Yards wise, he had like $117. But your man, Stephon Diggs has made himself right at home. So Very, very scary team. And I'm with y'all, man. I would love nothing more for this game to turn into a real game. But all those injuries and uncertainty with those receivers, man, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans 35-17.
Talk about my score.
All right, and then we get down to the last game, guys. Last game, which would be Monday Night Football, which we briefly touched on earlier in the show. And that was the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the land of cheesesteaks to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's how you feel about your boys in this game.
You said the land of cheesesteaks. Good Lord. That's all it is. The city of brotherly cheesesteaks.
That's the only reason I would go, but you know. Yeah.
I guess. Well, you all mentioned that A.J. Brown is already out.
Yep.
Well, looks like Dotson's gonna get his shot early.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, Cuzzo, listen. I'm gonna need you to focus on. I can't even say that because Jordan Mason got busy, so I can't even say Christian McCaffrey. Nothing scary about the Falcons outside of the great Kurt Warner.
I was about to say, whoa, hold on now.
Kirk Warner. That Kirk Cousins. Because I said great, and then I got confused.
Right.
That's my man's though. But hopefully Kirk Cousins looks exactly like he looked last week. I'll buy that. I'll accept that. Also, I think the Eagles are honoring Nick Foles on Monday night.
Not Nicholas. Okay.
And Cousins knows every time he sees Philly, it's a problem. More in the playoffs than in the regular season. But it's Bird Gang all day. The Eagles are putting up at least 30. At least 30, JB. Don't short us. So I got to add JB's 3 to my 31. So I'll make it 34. 34-17 Eagles win heavy.
Woo. 34-17. I was going to take the Eagles 30-17. I mean, y'all know the Kirk situation. Y'all talk bad about Kirk and the Kirk playing the night games and Monday Night Football. I mean, and there's some truth to that. I mean, he has thrown an interception in 6 straight Monday Night Football games. You know, I still my guy.
Right.
Nothing would please me more for me to be wrong, and they get that thing going.
Relax.
I just don't see it happening tomorrow. So I'm gonna take the Eagles 30-17. Jawan.
Loyalty, man. Told you I'm big on loyalty. I'm with Source. I got the Eagles over the Falcons. I don't really know what's going on with the Falcons, man. Like, they didn't look good offensively. Defense tried, but offense kept putting them on the field. I don't really know, man. I don't know. I don't know if this is I'm old, but I got paid Cousins, or that was just one bad game. I don't know.
Michael Penix over that John Light.
Kirk Cousins is starting to see why they went after a quarterback. They saw it coming.
Whoa, Cuzzo. Red. Now that's RBX right there.
He trying. He only did that because I picked the Cowboys. That's it.
My man Liddy in the house. What you got? 34-17.
Come on, Liddy.
52-5.
That's the one for the day right there, cuz of wilding.
I'm laughing because look, Falcons would be the team that only gets 5 points.
So you laughing because it's possible.
It's very possible.
Hey Jay, are you cracking? You already cracked some of them Budweisers already, cuz?
Well, he knows something we don't.
Possibility.
Hey, my cousin is good. I mean, it could have happened. Like it could have happened. He might be already at the pool hall. That's got all of the TVs in it. You know, so we got a couple of those around. He's got all the TVs in it, and he already got a bucket. You know, one of them buckets where you can order buckets of beer. He might already got that joint out. He might be pre-gaming, tailgating, and then, you know, making it happen. 52-5 cut? Yeah, it probably didn't happen already. You know how they got started.
Sipping on some scissor.
Man, that was great. Hey, this was a great show, man. So it's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff to look forward to today in week 2. You know, some of the games that we didn't talk about, things we're going to watch, some great things to watch there. But I think we hit on a lot of the really, really good matchups. So let's see, let's see what the James Cook performance does for any of the other guys trying to shine here on this wonderful week 2 Sunday. Juwan, you got anything for the people? I appreciate you being here again today, brother.
Absolutely. Just stay tuned for Unhealthy and Unstable every Wednesday. You guys can find us at that handle on YouTube, Twitch, and X.
No doubt. And Juwan, again, like I told Didge, I was planning on having a guest. I think it was supposed to be next week. I don't think it's going to be next week now. A week or two. So you guys are you Didge, and I know Joel ain't coming, but Joel, you're welcome to come back if you are free next week.
Okay, got you.
No doubt. I know our sources taking the day off. He ain't coming to work next week, so you got things.
Hey, it's my wife's birthday, man. You know, like
you got to do it, bro. You got to
absolutely.
You got to explain that. You say, said Tyson and Paul at the Cowboys game, Prime. Star power, baby. Star power. They know what it is. Good looking out.
They both on concussion protocol, though.
Source, what do you have for the people, man?
Hey, I don't know if y'all saw my my video the other day after the debate. I dropped a video.
I definitely did. Shout out to you, Source.
Do you know they have blocked that joint? They said no bread for you. You don't get nothing. They cut that. They said it triggers other people. I forgot the word they used. That joint was at like 230,000 views in about 8 hours, and they said nope. Took it off the FYP, shut it down, and said I can't get no money off that joint. They are very disrespectful.
Haters.
Because that joint was, I don't even know. It was like thousands of shares, which, might turn into $1 or $2. But no, TikTok said, F your couch. So anyway, they all that to say, if you're on TikTok, you already know, at Source, of course, follow me. And listen, it's okay to share my content, even in the group. I won't be mad at you, unless it's terrible, and then you try to be funny. Then I'll be mad. Other than that, go for it.
And all I want to say is, man, shout out. We are a sports group. We are over on Facebook. Those of you watching over on YouTube or wherever, we are on Facebook though. The SBP. Come on over and join the Facebook group. Sports talk is our thing, but hip hop, television, and movies are always in play. Music in general is always in play. And, piggybacking off of television, movies, and music, we lost 2 great ones here recently. Shout out to my man, James Earl Jones. One of my favorites passed away from all the movies he did, not just the sports ones. He's in plenty of baseball movies. There's a lot of them you can find out there. But all the movies he's done, starting with Star Wars, voicing Darth Vader, which I saw as a little kid. He's also one of my favorite Big Bang Theory episodes. Involves James Earl Jones. I posted over my TikTok. But a great man. He will truly be missed. And I also want to shout out the great Frankie Beverly. And his loss is being felt, of course, across the whole world. I saw a lot of videos of people have been doing all types of Frankie Beverly tributes live.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I saw one this morning that was touching. Yeah, they was somebody shut down a whole neighborhood, like blocks.
Wow.
And they were playing nothing but I can't tell if they was Philly. It was somewhere. I don't think it was here in VA.
It probably
they were just having playing all Frankie Beverly music, and all you can hear is the crowd singing every song on that. So so I know that touched a lot of people, black, white, all type of races, because he got those jams. He's one of those guys that you'll have, and Frankie Beverly was one of those guys. You'll have like 5 or 6 songs you immediately go to when you think of Frankie Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you decide, I got about 5. 4 definitely, some with you, but 5. But then you would go to decide, I want to put it on shuffle, or you just want to go through his greatest or go through and then be like, man, how am I not thinking about these next 5 almost as much as I'm thinking about my first 5?
Yeah.
Frankie had grooves, jams, man. I'm talking, if you're listening on the solo, if you're at a wedding reception, if you just having a cookout, you know what I'm saying? Frankie was the man. And shout out to the folks that did not know. I posted it on my page, but a lot of people didn't realize that he was actually discovered by Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
And then his group used to open for Marvin Gaye when Marvin was out there big doing this thing. So rest well to both of those gentlemen, James Earl Jones and Frankie Beverly. You will be missed.
For sure.
Other than that, y'all know me. I'm Prime. Y'all can find me here just about every Sunday. You can also find me over on Twitter. We're going to always call it Twitter. I ain't going to call it X. You can find me on Twitter at Prime SBK. I'm always there. You can find us on YouTube. Some of you are watching at SBP TV. But like I say, come join the Facebook group, the SBP. We would love to have you. And if you ever want to come on the show and talk about something, hit us up. Hit myself up or hit Source up and let us know, and we'll get you in. But until next time, you guys go out there and enjoy week 2. And we'll be back to get it in soon enough. Peace.
Chill.